If you don't do it, somebody will do it. So there's this kind of competition amongst each other. Unlike the NDC. I mean, we are here in this country. Somebody completed university without even a certificate and he was a minister. You can't do that in NPP. You can't. You can't even try that in NPP. You are a graduate, I'm a graduate. Now I presume that you want to do law because most of the young guys now, Abu Jinapos, and they are doing law. The Samir Ukus, look at the cowboy, they have their masters. You get it. So you always want to achieve more, and that is the beauty of being NPP. You always want to acquire knowledge, even at the informal sector. You just look at those who have not have the opportunity to acquire maybe the formal skills, yeah. All of them have some kind of class when it comes to their trade.
The willingness to improve themselves constantly.
That is it.
The ability to do that as well.
And that is the spirit in NPP. That is the spirit in NPP. Competition. Free market. That is the spirit in NPP. You can't compare that to the NDC. You can't. Because you can't compare apples with oranges. These are two different things. You get it? These are two different things. So that's it. The perception about the MPP is not accommodating, and the MPP is not accommodating the youth, and the MPP, no, it's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. The issue is that we have competition in the MPP, and that is good for us, the youth, especially.
And we here on Minority Caucus have always made it a point to encourage all the youth who belong to the NPP and those who are not yet in the NPP to come and join us, because as you can see, we afford very broad opportunities for all members who are youth. Believe me, strenuous attempts are being made to ensure that the inculcation of the youth on a broad-based level with very bright chances is done. And so the NPP really is the place for the youth of Ghana. Now let's get into the most topical discussion of today, the court case before the Supreme Court. There's been a lot of things that have been said. Let's look at the case from the genesis of it up till now. Initially, when the MPP said we're going to go to court, we had a lot of comments. Any idiot can go to court, among other things. So far, so good. What are your comments on it so far? Comparing it vis-a-vis the initial comments that came. We have no evidence, we don't have a case, we are lying to our supporters, and now the turnaround.
Nana Kofi, I believe that most Ghanaians by now will come to a conclusion that the NDC just joined this case not because they have a concrete defense to defend themselves. No, they did that because of one, propaganda reasons. Two, they have bad intentions. Why do I say this? When MPP decided to go to court, the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Ketia, came out publicly that MPP have no case. And for that matter, they are just going to massage the interest of their people. In any case, just trying to please their supporters. We went to court. They said they wanted to join the case. The court accepted their pleadings. If you followed the case for about is it last month or so, the NDC insisted, including Tony Lita, that's John Mahame's, President Mahame's lawyer, insisted that there should be an audit of the pink sheet. Then Mr. Philip Addison said, okay, if you insist, then there should be an audit. They said, no. We want accounts of the audit, of the pink sheet. Then the court said, okay, fine. Let's count the pink sheet. The court called a referee to be, or
to mediate between the parties and actually conduct the audit.
Parties and the judges. That's KPMG. Immediately the court mentioned KPMG. The Johnson and Ketia came out. I'm giving you reasons, the reasons why I am saying they came into this case for propaganda reasons and bad motive. Immediately the court mentioned KPMG. Johnson and Ketia came out. That they don't have that kind of pedigree to do the kind of work the court have asked them to do. In other words, he is doubting the capability of KPMG,
which is a worldwide firm, more than 174,000.
He doubted the capability of KPMG. The intention was that his followers would now have that kind of mindset that those coming to do the work are not even capable of doing the kind of work they've asked them to do. Let's leave that one day. Last Monday, after the court hearing, we thought that everything was going on well, until I heard Mr. Amaliba on one of the radio stations saying that the next morning they are going to put a case before the judges. And the case is that some boxes, I'm using Amaliba's words, some boxes have found themselves or their way into the room where they kept the pink sheets. That was Monday evening. Then the next morning, that's Tuesday, yesterday in the morning, Amaliba, Anita D'Souza were jumping from one radio station to the other, from one radio station to the other, claiming that some people have stuffed the room where these pink sheets were kept. And in fact, Anita even added that 7 boxes have been added to the original the original 24 they claim. So from there, their followers will know, hey, then these people want to do something fishy. Then on one radio station, Anita even said that the host asked Anita, so what are people going to do? Then Anita told the host that you wait. After the court hearing, our general secretary is going to have a press conference, which means on his way to the courtroom, Johnson and Ketia have already prepared a press statement. Even before the court will hear the matter, he had already prepared a press statement. This is just to incite the people.
Okay, now I believe that point has been made, but let's go into the thoughts behind that a little bit and interrogate it. First of all, KPMG has denied ever taking any inventory of the boxes that were before the Registrar of the Supreme Court. So the first question is, where did the NDC get the 24 figure from?
In fact, NDC, since yesterday, have introduced witchcraft in politics. Until yesterday, I never knew we had political witchcraft. I never knew. Because, one, the petitioners who brought their evidence to the court gave it to the registrar. The court asked that KPMG should be a referee, should be the one counting the pig sheet. These are 3 people. The petitioner is not aware of any inventory being taken. KPMG are not aware of any inventory being taken.
Not that they are not aware. They have specifically stated that they never took any.
They never took. That means they are not even aware that anybody took any inventory. So NDC, how were they able to go into that room to count the number of ballots, the number of boxes in that room without a registrar? Where did they get the key? And you see, Nana Kofi Damwa, this is not just coming up out of the vacuum. You realize that the very day the court pronounced that KPMG should count the pink sheets, national security operatives went there. And the reason was that they want to protect the place. They were not asked to come there by the court, but they went there. NDC, if they want to do something, when you see NDC shouting, crying foul, there are 3 things involved. It's either they have tried doing something and they've not succeeded, or they intend to do something, or they have done it. These are 3 things. It's either they tried to tamper with the pink sheets, or they did it, they have done it, or they have tried and they failed. These are 3 things. And NDC, look, none of me, I from yesterday, I told some people I know that MPP should not take this matter lightly. Knowing NDC for who they are, MPP should not. In 2008 elections, NDC, they were running crying foul everywhere. Meanwhile, they were the ones beating the MPP polling agents and MPP members. That's when they changed their strategy in 2012. When MPP said, no, we will not allow you to intimidate any member of the party. Now they changed their strategy and directed it to the EC. And that's what we are seeing on the pink sheet. Nana Kofi. That's what we are seeing on the pink sheet. Before NDC will come out and accuse you of doing something, then they have already done it, or they've tried to do, they tried doing it, or they've done it. So MPP should not take this issue like at all. This matter must be investigated. We must go to the bottom of this matter. And I can assure you that if you do that, you realize that, in fact, NDC came into this matter not because they have a case, but because they have bad intentions. NDC knowing very well that this case, MPP, the petitioners, have a strong case, supported by evidence, have nowhere to run to than to incite people. This is what they are doing. They are trying to incite their followers and also other Ghanaians, so that when the verdict comes and it's against them, they say, hey, they will not accept it. That is the motive of NDC.
Okay, now let's look at this from this angle, that we have a government in power that in 2008 accused the NPP of crying wolf. By that I mean that they said, we're the ruling government, we cannot accuse opposition of having rigged an election. Same applies here. Now they are the ruling government with national security, the military, all the punitive arms of the state at their disposal. They are accusing other people of having smuggled boxes into a very small room that contains nothing but boxes and pink sheets. My question to you is, if indeed that happened, what is the state of our security as a nation if national security could not protect just boxes? If you cannot protect just boxes, should we feel safe as a country knowing that our entire life is in the hands of the same national security?
Dana, you see, I told you earlier that the NDC, they always have different motive of doing things before they do whatever they want to do. If NDC is accusing, then they have tried going there and knowing that those there will not allow them to get him, then they will try and cry foul. Quite recently, I hope you listened to Nana Kunodu Ajimai Rawlings.
Yeah, I did.
She was complaining about the insecurity. You see, the very purpose of having a government is for the management of its resources to the benefit of the people, which includes security.
Government of the people, by the people, for the people.
Which includes security. The NDC for some time now, because they have resorted in putting politics first, putting foot soldiers first, have not had time to even look at our security apparatus as it expected. For me, Nana Kofi, I don't care about what NDC says about this ballot, the pink sheets, because I know deep within me that the NDC tried going there.
Some people
and they were refused.
Some two people were caught on a motorcycle. They were arrested. National security.
They were refused. Look, if the national security were to be allowed to go to that premises, oh, Nana Kofi Damo, we will not be sitting here by now. We will not be sitting here by now. By now, they would have changed all the pink sheets in that room. I am telling you on authority. They would have changed all the pink sheets in that room. Which is very, very, very dangerous. There are people dying in Kumasi. People are dying in other regions.
Makoyongo says there's nothing wrong in Kumasi.
People are dying in Kumasi. People are dying. You see, the accounts house saying, Makoyongo. Yes, you say that. But why? Is his wife dead? Are any of his relatives dead? And so there's nothing happening. For him, there's nothing happening. For him, there's nothing happening. But people are dying in other regions. And you have national security. And their interest is going to Supreme Court. Watchmen. No, you see, this country, we need to be very, very serious. Your people are dying. As a government, your people are dying. Armed robbery everywhere. You have security issues in the northern region. Almost all.
Puts it that the entire country is in chaos.
Yes. And that is true. That is what is happening, Nana Kofi. That is what is happening.
Let's step it up a bit and move it to the next level, which is the errors that the EC is admitting exist in the entire calculation of the election results. The NDC and the EC seem to say that yes, there were errors and they seem to know exactly what errors were committed. They call it transpositional errors, clerical errors, administrative errors, and all of these errors. Yet, there is nothing wrong with the declaration of the results. What's your take on that?
Let me start by saying that the MPP or the petitioners plus the MPP are in court to correct errors. We are in court to correct errors. Now, the electoral commissioner or the electoral commission, who is supposed to conduct a free and fair elections, is now admitting that there were errors in the various polling stations.
Another word for errors is irregularity.
Nana Kofi. Whether administrative error, transpositional error, clerical error, all put together are errors. And for that matter, the declaration by Kojo Afarijan was in error. The declaration by Kojo Afarijan was in error. Which means that John Mahama's presidency is in error.
Some have called him his errorship.
And they are right. If the Electoral Commission, if John Mahama's lawyer, if NDC lawyer, all put together are admitting that there were errors in these elections, what else are they waiting for?
What else are they waiting for? That is the view of Isaac Echampong, who is the National TESCON Coordinator of the NPP. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll take my first break now, and when I come back, you can also join in this discussion. Welcome back to Minority Caucus. Today we've been discussing a lot of issues. Basically, we've been discussing the court issues that are before the Supreme Court. Amongst others, we've looked at TESCON and its entire national membership. But I want you to listen to this. I know what I'm about to say is somewhat controversial, but look, why is it that in this country we have one particular man whose presidency is always in question? And by this, I mean that it seems, let's grant it to the EC, let's grant it to the NDC, without assuming it is correct that, well, there were errors. No problem. Why is it that the presidency of one man always has to be characterized by errors? The first time he became president, someone died, and as a result of that error of nature, he became president. The second time he was actually going to be sworn in, we are now seeing that he is admitting that it was based on errors. The consistency of these errors making one particular person a president is too worrying. Am I the only one that seems to see this? I'll put that question to Isaac Echampong.
This confirms the very book he wrote.
My first book.
There is somebody who left Ghana here, went to launch a book in the US of A. And when he came back, few weeks after the book had been launched, the president died. That was the first coup d'etat. There is somebody who described himself as that boy sitting on a bicycle that has no brake. And today he's a man. So he's sitting in a caterpillar that has no brake, and he has managed to bulldoze everything that comes across it.
If you hold on to that thought, viewers, you can join in this discussion on 030-2211-701-324, 030-2211-701-324. The text line is 1760. All networks, 1760 all networks. Thank you very much. Isaac, go back to you.
Leadership. You can be a leader not because you want to be a leader. But God, in his own way, will just say, Nana, you are a leader. And by that, everybody will come to appreciate the fact that indeed you are a leader. For John Mahama, his own is to, how do I get money? Okay, how do I get money?
Okay, if you'd hold on for me a minute. Pearl, welcome to the studio. Hello?
Yeah.
Pearl, welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is Pearl calling from Japan.
No problem. You have the floor.
I think we have to face facts in this country. We need to face facts because everybody needs peace in this country. I think if you have an elderly person in your house, excuse me, that you have to give that person some sort of respect. That is what you are going to show to your children to also imitate your behavior. But the way things are going in this country, the way you talk about this our president, what if you also become a president tomorrow? Do you want this same thing to be happening to you?
Pearl, can I ask you a question?
We have to check.
Hello?
It's becoming.
Hello, Pearl.
It is becoming something that we cannot bear.
Hello, Pearl.
Please give us a break. You
Pearl.
NTV people.
Pearl, hello?
It's too
Pearl.
much.
Hello, Pearl.
Hello.
Okay, I just want to ask you a question, if you will indulge me. Are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
I said I want to ask you a question, if you will indulge me.
Okay.
Okay, you believe that we are practicing a democracy, right? Hello, Pearl.
Yes.
Yes, I'm saying that we are practicing a democracy, and it's the right of every individual to criticize the person, not so?
But
No.
I beg to differ because if it is democracy we are practicing, we practice it with some sort of caution.
No problem, but
You
you are
can't
saying
say
that, hold on,
because of
Pearl.
democracy, you can just get up and insult your father and your mother and say you are practicing democracy.
Pearl, the
I
question,
think it's not fair.
the question I want to ask is, what insults particularly are you talking about?
Pardon?
I would be glad if you can point out what insult particularly you're talking about.
Somebody has gone to to legalize gay. Somebody has.
I'm sorry, but those are not part of this platform. So thank you very much for your opinion, but I'm sorry, those would never happen on this platform. Autry, welcome.
Thank you. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
Autry name is Abraham.
No problem, Autry. Once again, it's nice to have you.
Madam Wasibe, we won't cause you, man. Why?
Yeah, that's it.
Moon ye mistake, dear. I don't say when and if you know we need pedia. One casano, 7 and yet, into say, MPP Fukaka Sebika, Cribina say it's your one pet, not one pet. When so I won't say, Upia, or no, I know you know me saying yet, or Maya, I yawn at Nis, and if you know what about you. Kufo was known who said Kufoni ministers, and now MPP need be washed out or yaw. But any is bad, or bad, a binary ministers. Young ministers who will be what young penny funade. Into one the Mamon gas one cry, and my member a person semnoso. As a Mamon Wall can I mean by this time they will say MPP, the bidding queen, because Mishania Tajikata, or you be what the boss in the Abarecam. I don't say when who we are the message what you are. When self was so come a quine year of us your back can't bet any. I didn't weigh Yampa. Ntiyankopon we you want to aban. She said na funa we send it to abanu we are. Mama why?
Thank you very much, Autry, for your call. Welcome, Latif. Hello,
Nana. How are you?
I'm very fine, and you?
Hey, Nana, when have you gone to fish out this man? He has been hiding.
I'm around.
Anyway, General, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm doing good.
Thank you very much. General, I think, Nana, General has finished everything within this petition matter. But just to also add a little bit, that sometimes our people in the Upper East region probably trying trying to understand the full picture of the ongoing petition case in the court, which some of us are very sure, and I've been telling them in the radio station and after East here, that there is no way NDC will win this case in this court. And then besides that, there are certain examples that we normally said. Has NDC ever win any case before this court that we have in this country? No, the answer is no. So it is obvious that at the end of the day we are going to win this case. Now, what will make us win the case? The answer is very honest, and you can see it clearly. Very simple things to put. Yes, from the day Tony Licker started, the lawyer started, Secretary started, none of them, I repeat it, none of them has come out with any allegation for now that Baume is put before court. No, none. I can say none. So for now, we are saying that if only you cannot have anything to dispute Baume, anything to, to point out to the general public that this thing Baume is saying is wrong, then it means that our issue before court has been generous to the people of this country that yes, indeed, we have a case before court, and then at the end of the day, we are going to be winners.
Thank you very much, Latif. Kamal, welcome.
Yeah, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening to you, and then good evening to your panel in the studio.
Thank you very much.
Today, I'm really proud to be an NPP member. Yeah. You see, Nana, sometimes if you have a problem, be it frustration or whatever, you don't call into a program and register your frustration before the program. Anything has to do with you as a lady. So there is a topic that was being raised in that particular discussion. So if you are one and you want to contribute to that, but not try to register your frustration before, then notwithstanding. Then I see my brother talking about one point, that the transpositional error or his errorship. I will still stand by that. Looking at the particular where the corridor is coming from, you are not going to dispute from that. It means that if lawyers in the court there are telling us that it's transpositional error, administrative error, and whatever errors, it means that he himself is an error president. Then besides that too, the ministers that he has appointed are also error ministers. Then besides that, the deputy ministers are also what they call error ministers and whatever. Then besides that too, what the perspectives in this country? Now, let's put that one aside. A chief, a full imam at Volta region was composed from his grave. What was the Volta and his people? Well, there was absolutely nothing there. They didn't even talk of that. Kumasi is here. People are dying day in the air. They need assistance for these people to come and rescue them. Where is it? Now you have the incentive to go to Supreme Court and protect those creatures. That were not also needed over there. Who in the first place? The Volta and these guys are so disgraced national apparatus in this.
Thank you very much, Kamal. Osman, welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, Chief.
I'm Osman Kompunda, we're calling from Zongo, Walaga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, may I have contributed to the program? It's just about this propaganda. You know, NDC, I deal with NDC. You know, they control a lie, habeas like Kilimanjaro. But when the truth appear there, the lies will disappear. You know, they are underground work just to disturb this country. If you're not our topic about this court, they have an agenda, an hidden agenda, which in the name of God, it will help them. It won't happen at all. You know, about this basic issue, you know, they were thinking that the court will ask the auditing from there, what they are saying, they have received. And the court asks them to use the register one. And they're going around playing gallery to the fiction. These are people that don't even believe in democracy. People that have propagandist machinery working all over the country. So I call this in from our brothers in the NPP to just focus and do what is good for this country. We are winning this case, inshallah.
Thank you very much for your call. Alaji, welcome.
Alaji, welcome.
Can you please turn down the volume on your TV set, Alaji? Oh, unfortunately, I have lost Alaji on the line, but you can also join in this discussion. Call 030-2211-701-4. 030-2211-701-4. The text lines are 1760, all networks. No matter the network that you use, it's 1760. Isaac, you're making a point about this whole idea of errors everywhere.
Yes. John Mahama, as I said, wrote a book, My First School Guitar, somebody died, he became a president, and in that book he said that boy John Mahama sitting on a bicycle with no brake. Today is a man. He's sitting on a caterpillar without any brake, and he's trying to bulldoze everybody on his way. That's the main reason why we are where we are, Nana. If not for greedy and for the love of money, how on earth will anybody spend this kind of money this man has spent in Ghana? How on earth? How? I mean, how?
I-10 vehicles for university campus girls, doling out huge sums of money.
To some extent, I was at Kofodia Poly campus. You know, when they brought the car, they normally, when they see that you are the women's organizer and you are beautiful, they give the car to the women organizer. When they come to the campus and you are a president and you are a lady, they give the car to you. Unfortunately for them, they gave the car to the women's organizer. Then the president, no, the vice was also a lady. She also wanted the car. Kofodia Poly, they had to bring another car. I am telling you on authority. I was there. Because the president was a guy, he couldn't complain. He couldn't complain, my brother.
Anyway, Big Dreamer, welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Chief. Yes, sir.
How is everything?
By His grace, Chief.
Are you going to win this court case?
Big Dreamer, please make your submission.
In fact, Kofi, Pearl is exposing John Dramani Mahama. I mean, until this case is over, can we say he's the president of this meeting? Because for now, everything, just as we were saying, Pearl is exposing the president. No MPP person is saying that this man went to gay or whatever. But today you are telling us that he attended a gay meeting. But let me go to the issue. Look at Chatu. When we said we have a case, I see the man who said everybody is idiot and joined the case, joined the idiots to court. No? Now he's saying that everything in the country is all right. 2012 election was credible, free and fair, and was transparent. Now, Kwasi Adam is saying that there was clerical errors or whatever that he's saying. And Tony Lita is also saying that administrative errors. And now, what I want the judges and the others to listen to this evening is that Chatu said that Dr. Bawumia's errors did the same thing. And Dr. Bawumia replied that his error is not making any changes in the 2012 elections. And for that matter, based on this, we are winning the case.
Thank you very much.
I salute Professor Christopher Amio. Thank you very much
for your call as well. Francis, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, Francis, welcome.
Thank you. Please, did I hear you saying someone died after 2 weeks launch of President Mohammed?
From which? No, not.
Did I hear you saying that?
I think you want to say that. Did you hear us say that? But no, that's not exactly what was said.
Yeah, I heard you saying that someone died after 2 weeks.
He didn't say after 2 weeks. He said after a short while. Not exactly 2 weeks, but after a short while, yes.
but he said 2 weeks exactly. He said 2 weeks.
That's your opinion.
But I want to ask this question. If were you in this country in 2001, 9th May, and if you were in this country, do you recall what happened in this country? I want to ask you a question.
Unfortunately, I just want you to make your point, and then we'll respond to that afterwards.
Okay. Should at that time, should we give the burden to former President Kufuor?
But what's the correlation between the two?
What?
What's the correlation between the 2 points you are trying to make?
Yes, that's why I'm asking whether you were in this country 9th May 2001. If you were in this country and you recall what happened in this country, you wouldn't have made that statement, please.
Unfortunately, we do not realize the point that you are trying to make, and you fail to make that very credibly. So anyway, thank you very much for your call as well. I'll take my next caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Chief. How are you?
I'm doing well. What about you?
By God's grace.
There is Sammy B calling from KD.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. You have the floor. We can hear you. Oh, unfortunately, we've lost Sammy B calling from Chebi. I don't think that we have any more time. So, General, let's wrap up. We've been caught on the wrong side of time. But believe me, you will come back again with this discussion and we'll expand on the issues and show you more interesting angles. For instance, we've finished with that research that had to do with the by-elections and the December 2012 elections. The results of that is very interesting. You want to pay attention to that. But, General, wrapping up.
Yes, I need to.
Don't forget to send your shout-outs to your TESCOM students, or they'll kill you.
I'll do that. I need to touch on this issue. A woman just called in and said we spoke about somebody attending gay meeting. Who said that? If somebody have decided to attend gay meeting with his people, that's for them. We have not said it yet. And a woman just referred you to 2001, whatever happened.
It was a guy, actually.
A guy, eh? Okay. What I said was that somebody launched a book, My First Coup Guitar. Some days, some weeks or months after the launch of the book.
It was actually weeks.
Weeks. After the launch of the book, his boss died and he became president. What is coup guitar? Coup guitar is forcefully just clearing the way for you to become president. In other words, overthrowing the legitimate president. In running up, in fact, let me assure TESCON members, MPP members, that indeed we have a case. The evidence that we presented to the court is so strong that so they should be resolute. They should just keep their fingers crossed. They should be patient. Let's follow the proceedings, and good days ahead. And as you said, in fact, let me say. To all TESCOM members, indeed, we indeed, you know the situation in which things are. So I believe that you will continue to be committed as you have been, and you will do what's expected. I'm also assuring you that very soon,
things will be well.
Things will be well.
Okay, I'll take John, a caller. John, welcome. Hello, John.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that mine is not about court or any election issue, but it's about the country, the way the country will move forward. Simply because we have potential people with intelligence, wisdom that they can, all inclusive. Winner takes all will not solve the problem in this country. Look at the things like fire service. You know, we have the professional man. Some people have been transferred to, northern region. You know, as at now, a soldier man is still ruling the fire service. Can a farmer go and rule military? It means pastors don't reduce the people who are capable to manage their own affairs. And then it's over 6 months now that the president came on the seat. When is he going to change these people? You know, it's very sad. It's very sad if you want the country to move forward. After it's a noble job. Look at the way they've been doing them, the way they've been handling them in this country. And at the end of the day, they have been helping, assisting. They call them during elections to play a major role. After that they negate them. You know, please, if we want the country to go, for investors to come into this country and come and invest their money, then we need to look at all these things.
Thank you.
Because an helicopter was brought to this for victory. They don't fight.
Thank you very much for your call. All of these concerns are being taken into consideration. We can assure you that very soon, Minority Caucus would also begin to focus on some of these issues and ensure that real development will be advocated for on this platform. My name is Nana Kofi Opondama. But before I go, I want to reiterate a point to you. Perhaps it's just me who sees this, but I'm worried again about the consistency in which errors have made a particular person a president in this country. Think about these things. Until we meet again, good night.